I've been wanting to film this for a little while now. I watched this a few weeks ago. I just kind of wanted to wait until the hype was over, see some reviews, a little bit of background research. Initially, I put this on as background noise while I was working, and I'd seen a teaser that Netflix had shared. Martha and Donnie, when he was behind the bar serving her, and she was like very calm, nice natured, and then all of a sudden she was like eccentric, laughing like really loud and like kind of causing a scene. And Donnie's mannerisms were just like that kind of drew me to it. So when I put it on, it wasn't until halfway through episode 1 I was just hooked. Like I stopped doing what I was doing and I turned all my attention to that and I began watching. And I just loved the dynamic between these two characters, Donnie and Martha. Scottish banter is like great. That's what adds to the quality of this. Feel sorry for her, you do, like you have empathy for her. And then you kind of don't like what I didn't get like Donnie at the start. I kind of thought he was kind of taking advantage of her, even though he was being nice. He was taking advantage of her because he says later on, like, he enjoyed her attention. It was like a trauma bond. He enjoyed that because of what he went through. And you kind of knew a person that hadn't really been through that would have not, like, took that attention on board. You kind of seen, like, there was a damaged person. There was damage in Donnie. And that made you... That was, like, the build-up to, like, the storyline. Obviously showing you what happened to Donnie, which was really, really graphic for TV. I was watching, I was shocked that they put some of that in TV. It was good, it was raw. Yeah, a lot of this was very traumatic. The way Martha was acting, you obviously know she had mental health problems from the start. It really reminds me of one of my favourite films, Misery. She acts like Annie Wilkes. If anybody's seen that film, they would know exactly what I'm talking about. The stalker vibes. She stalked her favourite author, Paul Sheldon. Although this is based on a true story, which I like. So this is based on Richard Gadd, who plays Donnie. Real story. This is a true story. Happened to him in his early 20s, which makes it even more interesting because you know, obviously certain aspects have been exaggerated for entertainment, but you know most of it is factual. It's not been wrote by somebody and changed by somebody else. Some of it is factual, which is really scary as well. This could happen to somebody. Women stalk men, it's not seen as a threat. A man is stalked by a woman, it's not taken as seriously. This was the gender roles reversed. This would be really, really tragic. Like, would paying attention. The police probably would have paid more attention. This does happen to women all the time. As a female, like, we've all been there as females. We've been kind to somebody and it's backfired. The whole back and forth banter between these two is great, especially because it's Scottish. We call it banter, which is like roasting each other, especially when she goes to one of his gigs and she just says like, "You're shy." The audience are just like laughing more at what she said to him, and then he's trying to backpedal and she says to him like, "Well, you were stalking me because you were saying to me you wanted to do ain't ow." So yeah, that was funny, like the back and forth between them. Some really, really funny moments in this, but also very, very dark moments. I had to balance out the dark scenes with comedic value, which I think it had a great balance. This is one of the best TV series I've seen on Netflix in a while, like short TV series. There's a lot of great moments in this, especially like the narration from Richard Gadd. It paces the story out really nicely. Just kind of know what's going on, sense what's going on in his head, especially in the moments where he's battling with his sexuality as well. He doesn't know if his sexualities came from being sexually abused or he was always like that. Mixed emotions, he's just battling with himself and he's turning to watching things like porn. He's having like issues in his head thinking he's attracted to Martha. He's battling with that, like, is he attracted to her or does he just like the attention? I've got to say the acting in this is absolutely fantastic. Jessica Gunning is phenomenal. I've never seen her in anything else, but I plan to watch some of her other stuff. She can take it from 0 to 100 in seconds. Is amazing. She just reminds me of Kathy Bates. She can take a scene, like nice, calm demeanour, and just go to 100. At the start, you just think she's this funny, like quirky little woman that's innocent, and then it gets very, very dark quickly. Like then the Facebook messages, the emails, turning up wherever he is, like finding him in random places, beyond obsession. As I said, if the shoe was on the other foot and the roles were reversed, they would have been took more seriously. Like if a man was doing this to a woman, it would have been took more seriously. Just because she comes across as very innocent, 40-year-old woman who's slightly overweight, not very attractive in today's society, and she's seen as harmless. So really, she was dangerous. She was things up in his personal life, turning up at his comedy shows, turning up at his work, obviously blowing up his phone. So yeah, all this is like it's stalking. It's serious stalking. So some of the other characters like Darian, this is probably a very hard role to play for him. Being an abuser, the way he plays it is it's just like the way an abuser would like groom his victim into thinking, yeah, you're gonna get all this, you're gonna get the fame, the fortune, if you just like go along with what I say. So another great character was Terry. Added a lot of like emotion to the softer side. She was trying to make Donnie realise like, what he was doing and feeling was fine, and it was fine to be with her. The vulnerability in that, I liked the fact that she was kind of like trying to get him help and get him away from Martha. He obviously wanted, but he didn't want, like subconsciously, because he enjoyed it as well. It obviously caused friction in their relationship. So overall, this was fantastic. I would definitely watch it again. I feel like there were certain things I did miss because at the start I wasn't maybe paying enough attention. Acting was amazing. The direction and what it took was very well paced. And the ending was just so sad. Like, came full circle. It was really sad. Like, it brought up a lot of emotions in me I didn't think I would have watching this. Oh, this is just trending right now. But I like to see people's opinion on this. I also like how Richard Gad is getting the recognition for this now, because that's all he really wanted was a bit of recognition for his comedy and his writing. Now it has come full circle. He's took it to the Edinburgh Fringe and done a sketch of it, and now brought out this series, and it's amazing to see all the good reactions to it. It is trending right now, and it's great to see like him do so well, and especially being Scottish. I love it. I root for anybody that's Scottish.